Pokemoshpitbeta. This is Gargleflop or the Second Coming, whatever the hell you feel like calling me. This is a match against biolizard1 in OU, and I'm presuming you're all thinking I'm using a load of bollocks, but hey, in my mind, or in your mind, I might be using a load of bollocks. Either way, this is a really frickin' long match. He's going to lead off with a Sizzle, and I'm going to lead off with a Cobalion. This is a lead, stealth-rocking taunt Cobalion, so, but it does have T-Wave, and I thought I'd like to slow the Sizzle down, because I do have an Empoleon, and I'd rather, you know, I at least have some leeway to scold it if I need to. So I slow the shit down, and, he spends a bit of time thinking about this, but eventually he does decide to go into Terrakion, despite the fact having a plethora of things to completely kick Cobalion's ass. This is a max speed, max special defense Cobalion, just because I wanted to outspeed things, and its special defense isn't particularly good. So, he's going to bring in his Terrakion, and I thought, well, the Sizzle's probably banded, so this is probably Scarf. Cobalion might live one, but he gets a crit. Now, I really doubt that, Matt, and in fact, that was a pretty friggin' stupid play on my part, but give time. The match gets better. It's just I had to get out of my stupid idiot phase and get better. Anyway, I'm going to bring in a Gliscor, and I'm going to go for a Toxic predicting the switch as he goes into Slowbro. Now, this is very nice, because I can slowly whittle this thing down, and my Empoleon has knockoff, so if I get rid of its lefties, and then Tyranitar comes in, it's going to be brilliant. Now, I do go Taunt just to see what he wants to do, stop him from slacking off, and he goes for a Scald. And here, I'll go for a Roost just so, because I can probably outstall him. And he goes Ice Beam. I'm like, I don't want to sit here anymore. This doesn't seem like a very good plan. So I am going to switch out, and I do have a few things I want to go to, but I know I have to keep an eye on this thing, because it's going to wall the Salamence I've got, and just generally, you know, kill it with an Ice Beam. But I go to Empoleon, he makes a great prediction, goes in the Sizzle, and I make an incredibly dumb play and go Knockoff. So, I do get rid of the Choice Band, and he is -1 now. So I'm thinking maybe, you know, if I rest, because this is a rest talk in Empoleon, you know, maybe I'll be at a decent amount of hit points and I can actually leave. And, I do get, you know, that's a reasonable amount. I'm quite happy with that. It wasn't a completely woeful decision to, you know, knock him off at the end of the day, because it does weaken his power massively. But, you know, now I need to get out of here, and I think, I'll go to Zam! He'll super... No, he won't. He gets a crit. And I'm like, oh, that's not good. That was an Encore substitute Zam, and I'm thinking of replacing that thing, because it never does anything. Partly because I always waste it in stupid ways, partly because it always just gets one-shotted and wrecked. So, yeah, that's my Latios recommended. Maybe I use a Toxic Spiker and get rid of Toxic on Gliscor. If any of you guys have any suggestions of what to replace Zam with, by all means. Anyway, I'll go into Mence predicting something, maybe the Tyranitar. And now I'm going to predict the Slowbro to come in, so I'm going to go to Empoleon, because I need to get me some lefties gained back and maybe get a knockoff on this thing if the opportunity arises. But he's going to switch out, and he is going to go into Terrakion. And I Sleep Talk a Scald, and I get a Burn crit, which is, you know... Yeah, that's pretty lucky, and I think that balances out all the crits that have been happening. Not that I mean, the crit on Zam might, at -2 have mattered. I doubt it. I don't think the crit on Cobalion mattered, but there you go. That's a massive slice of luck for me. I just go to Gliscor here. I'm slightly worried he might be one of the old lead-off sets and have Ice Beam, but yeah, I'll take me chances. I need to get places. I've already lost 2 guys. But I'm just going to roost up here because I know I've got the opportunity to, and the Tyranitar looks banded at a guess, but I've seen what looks like 2 choice pokes already, so I don't really know. But I go into Chandelure as he switches out from Slowbro and goes into his Amoonguss. I'm like, oh, well then, hello. This Chandelure's got something for you, except I'm going to predict your switch, go back into Gliscor as he goes into Heatran. And I was like, yeah, that's a lovely bit of play. And he can't sit around for this. But I believe I just go for an... Oh, yeah, I just go for an Earthquake. I just want to get some damage, but the Slowbro keeps coming in and screwing with my stuff. Go away, you derpy bastard. But now I have to switch out and go to Empoleon. He goes Ice Beam. I'm gonna try and play it safe with Gliscor, because it's really, really pivotal. I do not want to lose him. But he is going to go into this Amoonguss again as I go Sleep Talk. Now, what I want on this Amoonguss is a Burn. I need to get a Scald so I can... You know, I've already gotten rid of its Black Sludge. If I get a Scald, Sand and Burn will kick its ass. But I don't really get it, you know, early enough. But I go for another Sleep Talk because he goes into Sizzle. I get a Rest. I can't sit here, and I'm just going to switch out and go to Chandelure this time, just switching it up, trying to keep the prediction game going, you know, so he can't really think, oh, he's going to go to this, this, or this. So now Chandelore's in here, it's not looking great, and I've just realised he has a Tyranitar. So he's going to go into Tyranitar, and I'm feeling like a massive tit at this point, but I do go Energy Ball, predicting the Pursuit, and Chandelure has nice bulk, so I figured I could live, and I do live one. What I was thinking here, he's gonna switch, but I didn't want to make that play, because if, you know, I make that play and I balls it up, then I just lose Chandelure and I get nothing out of it. So I hit the Heatran, and I don't see any lefties on it, so I'm not entirely sure what set it's going to be. I go to Salamence predicting the Earth Power, he goes Dragon Pulse, and I was applauding him at that point, because that was a very, very good play. I don't know if it was blissfully obvious, but you know, I was at least expecting him to maybe go Fire Blast or Lava Plume. But now I'm going to go to Empoleon. He is switching out, so I'm assuming his choice Specs, since I'm assuming the Terrakion is Scarfed and maybe the T-Tar? I don't know. Either way, he's going to go into Scizor again. He's going to go U-Turn again. I'm just going to keep EQing. I need to get little chunks of damage on it as it goes, because I lost my Stealth Rocket because I'm a tit. So I need to keep trying to get as much damage as I can. He's going to go back into Slowbro again. I don't want to sit around for it, so I'm just going to go to Empoleon. He goes Ice Beam again. He is firmly set. He wants to Ice Beam the Gliscor and kill it, so I know I don't want to sit around for that. So I am just going to go Sleep Talk, just, I don't know, Scald, knock off any bit of damage is useful. He goes Ice Beam predicting the switch back, which was, well, he had nothing to lose by doing it. He's got Regenerator, so he's going to get all of that back, and Slack off as well. So, quite an interesting prediction there, but he's going to switch out, he's going to go to his Amoonguss, and I'm trying to get a bloody Scald, and I can go and knock off. But there you go, that's the problem. If you run Sleep Talk, then it's always going to be a toss-up of what you get. But I do wake up, I do go Scald, I don't get the burn, he's going to go Giga Drain, and now, because I want to control how many sleep turns I have, I'm just going to go Rest, just to make sure I know it's 2, I know when I'm going to wake up, and I can play around that. So, yeah, he Spores, it doesn't work, he's going to switch out, and he's going to go into Scizor again, as I go Sleep Talk, and I do get a Rest, and it's a bit of a pain in the arse, but again, I can't sit around for the Scizor, so I'm going to switch out. He does get Paralyzed, which means I can get another EQ on him if he stays in, but he makes the smart play and just flat switches into his Amoonguss, and here I was like, okay, I can beat this out. It's a 3-hit KO with Sand as well, but he's going to switch out and go into a Slowbro. So I'm still, I can't really break down. It's like Slow King Tangrowth core that used to be running. What are you? Yeah, you just can't beat it. Both of them wall both sides of, you know, attack so unbelievably well. But here I knew he wasn't going to attack this time, so I go into Chandelure. I have one hit, but I wanted to go Fire Blast so badly. You have no idea. Fire Blast or Trick were my two biggest moves I want to do. But I was like, oh, he's probably going to go into Heatran, a Tyranitar. I can't sit around. I'm going to go to Gliscor, and he goes into a Amoonguss. I'm like, no, that would have been so good. So yeah, I feel like a bit of a twat. But he shows he has Hidden Power Ice, and I'm like, no, oh crap. And this is really bad, and I'm thinking, right, I've got a Roost to get my health back, but he knows I've got a Roost to get my health back, so he's going to go Giga Drain. He's making really good plays. You know, I'm trying to out-switch him because I have to play him, you know, massively well to get back the lead I've lost at this point. But he's outplaying me quite well at this point. You know, it was really sort of tight, very high prediction stuff. If you make a wrong prediction, like, you know, later on in the game, it goes. But, you know, we're still trying. I'm just going to go into Empoleon, because, you know, I know he can't touch me now. And I'm going to go Sleep Talk, and I do net a Scald on the Tyranitar. I don't kill it, but I do get mighty close. So, you know, it's looking okay. I know it can't really switch in. Well, it can switch in the Empoleon, but not very well. And I'm predicting here that he won't go Superpower. And I nail it. He goes Stone Edge, and I just Sleep Talk and get another Scald. I was well chuffed at that as well. Again, it's a bit of luck thanks to Sleep Talk, but the prediction wasn't very sound, but it worked out in the end. I mean, he could have, wow, he probably could have gone Crunch, but either way. So he's going to go into Scizor again, and it's just like, ugh, I don't know what to do. And I'd rather he didn't just flat switch and go into something else, so I'm just going to go to Chandelure as Death Fodder, just in case he, you know, flat switches on Gliscor, or, I don't know, you know, I'd rather just make sure. And here, I'm just going to go Roost, just, you know, well, I suppose I could have gone Earthquake again, because the poison, you know, the resistance to Bug and the poison here would put me at decent amount, but I wanted to make sure I was ready for this Amoonguss again, because it's round 2, and Gliscor's got to try and pull his weight against this stupid Mushroom. So, he's going to go Hidden Power Ice again. Gliscor, wow. When you consider his ×4 super effective, Gliscor's taken that like a trooper, but short of that. So, he is going to switch out, and he's going to go into Scizor. And well, I'm assuming he was predicted the Empoleon, but yeah, here is where I should have roosted. If I'd roosted there, I might have been a bit better off. I don't know if it comes into play later, but he brings back in the Amoonguss, and I would have had extra HP. So now I have to go into Empoleon, and I still need to get a freaking burn on the mushroom, man. Needs to be burned. So I got to keep going for it. There, I don't know why I didn't click Sleep Talk. I wasn't paying attention apparently. But there you go. Now I get a Sleep Talk, and I go and I get knock off again. Like I say, it's luck of the draw. I'd like the burn, but if I don't get it, I don't get it. So oh well. But I still, I need to keep trying to play around this damn thing. But here I am just going to go for a Scald. I do finally get the burn, but he makes a nice play, goes for a Spore. So now my sleep count is up in the air. I don't really know how long I'm going to be sleeping for, so I've got to try and play with that and maybe do a bit of prediction on when I'm going to wake up later on. I don't know. But I might stick around. There's nothing more to really do at the moment, so I'm just going to go to Gliscor, predict the switch. He goes into Heatran. Now, the thing is, if this is offensive one, I don't think I'd outspeed. I have a decent chunk in speed, but he seems to think I'd outspeed, or he's just playing it safe because he knows he can. At this point, if he just keeps playing slowly, he can just keep, turning the thumb screw and eventually killing me. But there, I do make a misprediction, and he's going to Scald and kill off my Gliscor. It was really ballsy, but oh well, it didn't pay off. That's part of the game. So now this is it. All he has to do is, he's just going to sit here with Slowbro, making sure he has a safe switch into Heatran. And then, Heatran's going to Earth Power me for the game. So that is good game, biolizard1. That was actually a hell of a lot of fun. It was really nail-biter stuff. Because, it was just, each prediction was really intricate. You had to sort of figure your way through it. But either way, if you guys have any suggestions what I can do to get rid of Zam, because Zam's crap and I don't like using him, he just dies all the time. Like I say, that's my Latios recommended. A Toxic Spike, I was thinking maybe Nidoking. Casino King's alright. But yeah, any suggestions will be welcome. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Peace.